Hello there. You are watching 5 things to do to stop getting hacked. There are 2 big reasons people get hacked: errors in software and errors in human behavior. While there isn't much you can do about vulnerability coding, you can change your own behavior and bad habits. Just ask the outgoing US President Donald Trump, whose Twitter password was until recently MAGA 2020. Or Boris Johnson, who revealed details about sensitive Zoom calls. These world leaders have also received special safety training from protection agencies. The risks are just as real for the average person, even if the stakes are not quite as high. If your accounts are not properly protected, your credit card could be compromised or your private messages and photos stolen and made visible to all. Finding out if your accounts have been hacked is a time-consuming and potentially frustrating process. It is better if you take some steps to reduce the risk of you getting hacked in the first place. And there's no better time to get your digital hygiene in order than at the beginning of the year. Start 2021 with an administrative but safe start. So guys, without any further ado, let's jump into the tips. Number 1. Use multi-factor authentication. Perhaps the most effective thing you can do to protect your online accounts is to enable multi-factor or two-factor authentication for as many of your accounts as possible. The method uses secondary information, often a code generated by an app or sent via SMS, in addition to a password. This secondary information will help prove that you are really trying to sign in, as the codes are often accessed from the phone in your pocket. Even if you have a password that is easy to guess, we'll come back to that in a moment, unless they have your phone, an attacker is unlikely to gain access to an account with multi-factor authentication enabled. There is a guide here for all accounts that support this method. But first and foremost, you should enable it for all accounts that contain personal information that could be compromised. Messaging apps like WhatsApp, social media like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and your email accounts. However, not all forms of multi-factor authentication are created equal. Code generation apps are considered more secure than getting codes via SMS. In addition, physical security keys provide an even more robust layer of protection. Get a password manager. Let's talk about passwords. It's 2021, you shouldn't use password or 12,345 for any of your passwords, even if they are disposable. All passwords you use on your online accounts should be secure and unique. What this really means is that they should be long, contain a mix of different character types, and shouldn't be used on multiple websites. Your Twitter password should not match your online banking password. Your home Wi-Fi network shouldn't use the same credentials as your Amazon account. The best way to do this is by using a password manager. Password managers create secure passwords for you and store them securely. If the fact that they can prevent you from being hacked isn't enough to make you consider having a password manager, also means you'll never have trouble remembering a forgotten password again. We recommend trying LastPass or KeePass to test out the best password managers. Learn how to spot a phishing attack. Quick clicking can be your worst enemy. Oftentimes, when a new email or text message arrives and contains something that can be tapped or clicked, our instincts lead us to do it right away. Do not do it. Hackers have used the pandemic as cover to launch wave after wave of phishing attacks and stupid Google Drive scams. Anyone can fall for this type of scam. The main thing is to think before you click. Scam messages try to get people to act in ways they normally wouldn't. Give instant demands from a boss, messages stating that an urgent response is needed. There's no foolproof way to identify any type of phishing or scam. Scammers are constantly improving their game, but being aware of the threat can help make them less effective. Be careful, think before you click, and only download files from people and sources that you know and trust. Update everything. Any technology you use, from the Facebook app on your phone to the operating system that controls your smart light bulb, is vulnerable to attack. Fortunately, companies keep finding new bugs and fixing them. This is why it is important that you download and update the latest versions of the apps and software you are using. Start with your phone. Navigate to your device's settings and find out what operating system you're using and update. If you're not using the latest version, iOS 14 is the latest version for iPhones, Android 11 is the latest version from Google. For apps and games, Apple's iOS 13 and higher downloads updates automatically, although these settings can be customized. On Android, auto updates can also be activated via the settings page in the Google Play Store. Once you've updated your phone, the next thing you need to find out is which devices to update next. In general, these should be done in the order of their potential impact. All the laptops and computers you own should be at the top of the list, and then work backwards through other connected devices in your life. Remember, everything is vulnerable, including your internet-connected chastity belt. The past can come back to haunt you. The old online accounts that you no longer use and their associated credentials can be turned against you if you don't do anything about it. Hackers often use details from previous data breaches to access accounts currently in use. By reducing the amount of information available about your online life, you can reduce the risk of hacker attacks. A very easy step is to regularly clear your Google search history. However, you can also use Google alternatives that put privacy first. In addition, there is a lot more you can do to reduce your digital footprint. Find the old accounts that you no longer use and delete them. This reduces the amount of spam and the number of ways that hackers can attack you. Use was IPWNED? To find your information on legacy data breaches, use a VPN to improve privacy while browsing and download Tor if you really want to improve your anonymity online. So guys, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, press the like button. Share this with your friends on your social media platform, it will help me to reach more. And lastly, the most important thing is, do not forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you.